Today I'm going to do a video on how to count calories on a label. I'm going to discuss how to use a food scale, what to look for on the label for fat, carbs, and protein, which determines the calories for the product. And we'll discuss how there's often a lot of discrepancies, and this is why using a food scale can really benefit you. I am not going to talk today about any particular apps, but once you see the math that can be involved in this, I do recommend you get an app that lets you add customized entries because that will make your life a lot easier. Now, I want to use a protein bar for an example of a product that's pretty common for people who are trying to watch their weight or watch their protein and stuff they might be eating. This bar has a standard size of 55 grams. And often what I will see people do is they'll say, okay, this says 55 grams, or they don't even look at the serving size. They just say one bar, it's 210 calories. They scan it and they go about their day. That is well and good when you're first starting off. You will probably, if you're just knowing what you're eating, you're gonna eat less than what you were, so you will lose weight. But as you get further into your nutrition journey, you're going to find that you need to tighten up a bit to keep losing the weight, or to have an accurate assessment of how much protein you're really getting. So I have this food scale here, and the first thing I suggest is if you have an older food scale, is to ensure that it's working accurately. You can see this one here is set at 0, there's nothing on it. You can take a nickel. This is the standard that you're supposed to use to test a food scale to see if it is working. It should weigh 5 grams. This one does. So that means this scale is working. That's good news since this is new. Okay, so this bar, as I discussed, said that it would weigh 55 grams. I'm going to weigh 3 of these that I have here, and we will see if they weigh 55 grams. This one here, 54 grams. That's pretty good, because you have to figure the wrapper itself typically weighs about 1 gram on this size of a bar. This bar, 60 grams. So that's 5 grams higher than what the weight is of the product that they have indicated it should be. That might not sound like a lot, but in something like this, that will quickly add up. And those discrepancies over a whole day can add up to several hundred calories. And honestly, when you're eating it, you're probably not going to notice that you ate 5 more grams and be like, okay, I'm going to eat less of something else because of that. And let's weigh one more. This one here, 56. So again, that one's probably the most accurate because we would take this off. So we have here in the same box that I ordered, one that was underweight, one that was pretty much overweight, and one that was pretty precise. So we can see there's a wide discrepancy even within the same box of product. Let's try one more other brand. This brand says it should weigh 41 grams. And this one is fluctuating between 43 and 44 grams. So it's overweight as well. Now I want to show you on the board how that can make a difference. We're going to look at the protein, carbs, and fat. Now protein, just for those who may not know this, has 4 calories a gram. Carbs have 4 calories a gram, and fat has 9 calories a gram, regardless of what type of fat that might be. Now you might need to take into consideration your kinds of fat because there's different kinds that are better for your heart, but for our purposes of this demonstration, all fat has 9 calories a gram. Now if we go to the board, I'm going to do the math on this bar here to show you how this, even based off of what the numbers they've got on here, the math adds up differently to the 210 calories, even if it has the precise weight that is stated on this product. So for this bar, we're going to look at how the numbers on the wrapper compare to the math that would be done by, as we discussed before, the protein, carbs, and fat. So proteins, as you will recall, are 4 calories a gram. And this bar has 20 grams for a 55-gram serving. And it has 19 carbs, and carbs also have 4 calories a gram. And fat, it has 8 grams, which we know have 9 calories per gram. So $228 calories for this bar if it's the 55-gram size, which you can see it says 210 calories. That right there is one of the big problems of just going by exactly what the information is without really looking at the specific details on there. So as you can see from that math, it can be kind of maddening to see that this number is not the same as what you would expect based off the 210 calories. Even if it's a precise number, you're going to have 228 calories. And again, that can add up over the course of your day. And why that happens? Because manufacturers get to do rounding on these numbers, and that's allowable within a 10% typically is the law. So by using these numbers, you can find that just by doing minor tweaks, you'll find that you can save those calories, and that will help you really tailor your diet better with these prepackaged goods. If you want a further update from me later on about apps, I can discuss that. But for now, I'm just going to talk about this weight scale. One last thing before I'm finished, I want to talk about how you can figure out the weight of something like a product like this, peanut butter, which is one of the saddest days of my life when I figured out what a peanut butter is supposed to, serving size is supposed to be, which is 32 grams. One of the easiest ways, people I've heard say, oh, how do I measure this? Well, let's turn our scale back on. And on my scale, if it isn't zeroed out, you can push T or tar, which will level it out. But what I want to do is first place this jar. When I'm doing something where I want to take a product out of it, I can put this product on here, zero it out, and then what I take out is my serving size. It'll be negative, but that's the same. So let's say this would be what someone would typically get, which still looks pretty small, but how much did I take out there? 26 grams. That's not too bad. But a lot of times, like when I see my kids over here getting peanut butter, they'll get something more like this size. That's 58 grams, which is close to 2 servings. 2 servings of peanut butter, and I haven't done the math on this one, but that would be 400 calories based off of just what they say 32 grams is, which, look, eyeballing this, it's really going to be more calories than that. So you can see how it would be quite easy to go overboard on peanut butter. But my takeaway from this is always use the food scale when practical. It's not going to be something that you can do like you're going to have daily things that you eat, like when you go out to eat, or if you're not able to get to a food scale. But it can help you with the things that you eat often, just to learn what a typical serving size is. And then when you go out to eat, or if you decide later on you don't want to weigh stuff, you've got an idea of what a serving size should look like. That's it for today. Thank you.